Alright guys, so here is a brief performance of my variation of the ambitious card routine. It is not too much different than a lot of the ambitious card routines you'd see out there, but there is a little bit of my sort of take on this trick. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the performance. So to start the trick, I would have the spectator pick out any card they would like, and this is a legitimate free choice, and the spectator could have shuffled the cards beforehand. It doesn't really matter. So, with the card that they selected, it's not that kind of trick where I'm going to guess the card, so it doesn't matter if I see it. Nine of diamonds. Okay, perfect. If they would like, I would have them sign the card too. It doesn't really matter, but this is a normal nine of diamonds, and it could be signed. So, I'm going to take the nine of diamonds. I'm just going to lose it somewhere in the middle of the deck. You can see that it's somewhere in the middle. Now, if I had a spectator with me, I'd have them push it in themselves. But they would just push it in themselves, and yeah. So then they would know that the cards are actually, the card is actually being put into the middle. But if I just give it a snap, you'll see that the card jumps on to the top. That might be a little bit too fast, so we're gonna do this again. Okay, we're going to take this nine of diamonds. We're going to put it in the middle of the deck, just like that. You'll see it go in. If I give it a snap, you'll see that it comes right back to the top. Now, the spectator at this point is going to feel that there's multiple nine of diamonds in the deck. So I could even give the deck to examine for the spectator, but they can really see that there is no second nine of diamonds. That's the nine of hearts. But there really isn't any nine of diamonds. And then they suspect that, this card, there's something wrong with this card. So I let them examine this card as well, and they can't find anything fishy. So they ask me to do it again. They say, do it again. So I say, perfect, I can do it again, right? This time watch very carefully. Nine of diamonds. No funny moves. Put it in, and I drop it, and I'm not going to touch it. Just go ahead and square it up for me. They do so. I snap, and they can flip over the top card, and the nine of diamonds will end up on top. Now, I have one last bit of this trick. So I'm going to say, with the nine of diamonds that you just examined, and you can see that there's no second nine of diamonds. We're going to take this nine of diamonds like this, and you can really see that the nine of diamonds is right over there. I'm just going to place it right there, over there, and you see it go in like that. Now, I'm going to hand this over to you, and actually, would you mind just putting your hand right on top of that, and they would put their hand right on top of the packet with the nine of diamonds. And if I just give it a snap, the nine of diamonds goes through a portal and appears in a packet in my hand. So that was sort of my variation of the ambitious card routine, and it is very, very simple to learn, and it is a very cool trick. So if you liked it, stick around for the tutorial. Alright guys, so this trick is actually very simple, as I've said. So let's just get straight into how this trick is done. Alright, so in the beginning, you can have them shuffle the cards. It doesn't matter. This is a normal deck of cards, and it can be shuffled until the spectator is satisfied. Okay? You're going to have them pick out any card they would like. Let's just say they pick out anyone they like. And, they're not going to look at the card. So you want to just ask them to pull out the card face down. Okay? So the card that they pulled out has to be face down. And you're going to ask them to hand them to you. And at this point, none of you nor the spectator knows what this card is. But you're going to say, this is not a kind of trick, stuff like that, where I try to guess what the card is. And you're going to use that as a misdirection to get a pinky break under the first card. And I think I went over this in my previous video, so I'm not going to go into that much detail. So a brief overview is where you just push out the top card and stick your pinky in there. So you push out the top card and stick your pinky in there, catching a pinky break. Now you're gonna put this card on top, and you're gonna perform a double lift. And I've also taught this on my previous videos. So if you don't know how to do a double lift, make sure to check those out. The video's called 3 card moves that I do all the time, or something like that. But so again, I'm not going into a very detailed explanation, but you're basically just flipping over 2 cards with that break under the card, and you're taking 2 cards. So the card that the spectator actually selected was the 2 of hearts, but you're actually going to show them the second card to the top, and they're going to sign it. You can ask them to, you can get your hand for them to sign it, stuff like that. And yeah, they're gonna, and then after they're done with the signing, or if you don't want to have them sign it, it doesn't matter, you're gonna flip this double back over, and you're gonna take the top card, place it in the middle. This top card was the card that the spectator actually pulled out in the beginning, and the card that you showed them is actually still on the top. So they can go ahead and square up the cards, and obviously, the card will end up on top. And then they say blah, 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 like maybe that was too fast, let's do it again, okay? You're gonna flip over this Queen of Diamonds, or the selected card by the audience, and you're gonna perform this move where it looks like you're pulling off the top card, but you're actually not, and the card that they selected is still on the top. So, how it's done is, it's very simple. You're gonna take half of the deck, roughly, into your right hand, and then you're gonna place your left thumb on top like this. So it gives them the illusion that you have the left thumb on top. But this left thumb is not going to do anything, okay? And what you're actually doing is you're using these 3 fingers of your middle, your ring, and your pinky of your left hand, and you're using it to slide this bottom card from the packet in your right hand out like this. You're sliding it out like that, and it even makes that sound where it feels like you're actually peeling this top card off, but you're not. You're peeling this card out like that, okay? And as you're doing this, I tilt my hand upwards and go like this, and this will add to the convincing of how much this move will convince the audience. And if you do this well, you lift up your hand, you peel, it looks very, very, very convincing that you're just pulling this, that it seems like you're pulling that top card off. Well, in reality, you just pulled out the bottom card from your right hand, and you smack it on top, and obviously the card is still on top. You say that really, this Queen of Diamonds can be examined. You hand this Queen of Diamonds for them to examine. You hand this deck of cards for them to examine whatever they would like, because this deck of cards is not set up or anything like that. It's a normal deck of cards. They can examine it however they like. And as they're examining this card, you just do a quick move of flipping over the top card like that. So for the performance, what I did was I moved actually outside of the camera for a little bit just to flip over that card. But in reality, you would just, very casually hand them the card. They're looking at this card, they wouldn't notice that you're flipping over the top card. You're gonna flip over this top card, push off, pinky break, okay? You're gonna catch a break again. So at this point, you're gonna go in with a wrist kill, so that you don't flash this top card right over here. You're gonna take the selected card after they're done examining, place it back like this on top. You're gonna slide this in square, and then flip it over. Say the Queen of Diamonds, you just examined it, flip it over, and this is essentially the same exact thing you did for the first part of the trick. You place the card that you just flipped over inside. The card is still on top. Now, the last part of this trick, in my opinion, is the hardest part. But really, this move is not that hard either. So this is a very easy trick in general. So this is what you're gonna do for the last part. You're gonna transfer the cards sort of into your right hand, but not fully. And you're gonna go ahead and riffle down this bottom card like that. Just one card. Okay, if you do a little bit much, it doesn't matter, just redo it. But you get one card, and you're gonna stick your pinky in there, and catch a pinky break on the bottom card. Then you're gonna transfer this pinky break into a thumb break, like this. So you're holding the break now with your thumb. You're gonna cut the cards like this. So you're gonna use your right index to just move about half the cards up, and then you're gonna catch it with your left hand like this. You're gonna turn this card over like that, and you're gonna push this card up with your right hand's ring and pinky, and you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna turn this card over, but as you're doing so, you're gonna take the card that you have a thumb break on, this card right over here, and you're gonna place it on top like that. Place it on top right over here, so that it's squared up with the bottom cards. Not this one, not the selected card, but the bottom. So again, you wanna move this card up, square it up, and this is actually very easy to square up because your thumb is here, and if you just go ahead and rest this packet of your right hand on top like this, and you slide it up, you'll realize that your right thumb will touch the left hand's packet, and they will not let you go further, and that means that you squared up the card. And you're just gonna drop this on top as you turn it over. So if you do it fast, it actually wouldn't look like you're dropping any card on top. So let me just get this. It's not working. Okay, here we go. Again, you're gonna peel this card off, and then you're just gonna turn it over like that. That was actually not very successful. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this entire move one more time. Catch the bottom card's break. And this card should be turned over. Okay, here we go. Move it over like this, cutting it. Flip this over, move it up, drop this card on top, turn it over. You say Queen of Diamonds. They still think that this Queen of Diamonds is on top, but actually in reality, you place one more card on top. You're gonna use your left index, push it in, and flip it back over, and they think this card is the Queen of Diamonds, but it's not. Okay, and at this point, the trick is over. You're gonna place this in like that. I'm not gonna teach how you do this because this is very easy to do, and I don't think we need a tutorial on this, but you're basically just spreading out the cards with your right hand, placing this somewhere in the middle of the deck. So again, you push it off, and you just want to slide it in. And if you just slide it in, it will go in. And you want to just go like that. Use your left hand's packet. This is actually the Queen of Diamonds right over here. Push it in, and you say, you know what? You're gonna square up the cards like this. You're gonna say, I'm gonna hand this packet to you. Go ahead and hold on to it. Make sure I don't touch it, because your card is somewhere in the middle of that deck. But it's not. You can place it in. You say, we're gonna make the card jump right over here. And you're done with the trick. And at this point, everything can be examined by the spectator. And yeah, that was the ambitious card routine. A very, very, very easy effect to do. And it's sort of my version of it. And hope you guys liked it. And see you guys in the next one.